Hello, everyone, and welcome to another CineQuest video podcast review. Today, we're going to be talking about a movie that we just saw today, just spur of the moment. I happened to catch a bit of it on a Instagram reel. It's a movie called Night Angel from 1990. All right, here we are. CineQuest video. Brycicus, you're back again to talk about another movie that we saw on the same day.
Yeah.
We talked about Madam Web.
Oh yeah.
And now we're talking about Night Angel.
Mhm. Night angel, won't you be mine?
I sent Bryce a clip or reel that I saw on Instagram about this movie, and it had the trippiest shit we had seen in a long time. So much so that I thought it was initially the movie Society.
I did
Had a lot
too.
of body horror type of elements to it, and it kind of piqued my interest.
I had
You know,
never heard of this movie.
me either. This is not a movie I had ever heard of before. But this movie came out in 1990, but initially was made in 1988, I believe.
Yeah. hmm
Let me see here.
Which you can definitely tell with the fashion in this movie.
Yeah, this movie does have an 80s feel to it, and it does seem like, I guess, the tail end of the 80s, because whenever we were watching it and it said it was 1990, I mean, it seems like it could be kind of on that cusp, you know. Um, but this movie is basically a horror movie uh, following Lilith, uh, I guess the first woman that was created with Adam, and they weren't compatible because she was a very strong woman, almost dominating Adam. In fact, she wanted to be on top, and that is a big no-no.
Well, the lady in
No,
the movie lets us
that's
know
her
that
big. That's her
one
main thing.
man was not enough.
Yeah, is not
Because she had
enough.
to consort with
For,
demons. She needed that big
yeah.
demon dong, bro.
The premise of this movie is that an evil spirit assumes the disguise of a beautiful young woman so it can seduce and kill men. That is Lilith.
hmm
There are many different types of perspectives on the lore of Lilith, and from my understanding, again, she was the first woman created with Adam. Eve was the second one because Eve was more, I guess, subject, like so she would submit to Adam. She was kind
hmm
of like beneath him. Lilith and Adam were kind of on an even keel, and that didn't mesh well with Adam and his cuck
Now,
ways.
is that considered like apocryphal or like how did because like that
I believe it's not like biblical canon. That is Lilith is not mentioned from my understanding in any sort of biblical canon. That is like apocryphal writings.
is she
Um,
well because I know so what Eve was made from the rib, right? And so what was Lilith,
yeah,
just how was she made, or what was the deal
I
with her?
believe I'm going off top of my head. I don't recall precisely, but I believe she was made out of the same, I guess,
I
substance
see.
that Adam was. So like
Ah,
she wasn't made from a part of him. She was kind of made separately. So they were both
oh, okay.
equals, you
Yeah,
know,
okay, that makes sense.
equality,
I mean,
feminism,
in the
all
biblical
that
sense,
shit.
it makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so Lilith is going around in the 80s. She wants to take over a fashion magazine because apparently that is the main source of media
Before
for,
TikTok
I guess,
kids.
huh?
It's before
It's a
TikTok
popular,
kids.
yeah, a popular source of media,
Yeah.
and that her influence can get pushed more efficiently to the masses, and then she can kind of, I guess, break down men in general, or seduce men, or seduce the masses
I
into
think
like coming to evil, coming
yeah.
to the devil, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Um, I would say in the 80s, this is like kind of also um, riding the wave of satanic panic. There's a
Mm.
lot of worldly things that you, as a Christian or as a good moral person, should not be um, involving yourself with, especially if it's sexual
Yeah, and
in
the,
nature.
well, and the fact that it was a fashion magazine, it had to do with, like, vanity. It's kinda
Yeah,
mentioned too.
that's
Would think that
one of the
wouldn't
seven deadly sins, right?
yeah, well,
It's not
yeah, I think
vanity. It's
so. Yes,
is
it
it
is.
vanity?
Yeah, vanity, I think it was one yeah. Uh, yeah, it is because, um, oh my god, Al Pacino says it in, Devil's Advocate. My favorite sin.
Vanity.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a better one. But, I was trying to do a more subdued Pacino, bro, right?
Yeah, what dude, he's not subdued in that movie at all, dude. He's, like,
Uh
over the top as hell, dude.
oh, yeah, for sure. When the I mean, this is kinda weird, though, it's like magazine when the TV I mean, TV was real big in the '80s, I mean, wouldn't that make more sense for her to be on, like, MTV or some shit?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, if,
I
that particular
TV.
medium that medium is, like, saturated, uh, I
Oh,
don't know how I don't know
MTV, she needs to be on a motherfucking Motley Crue, uh, a music video. That would've
who is this? She's trying to be Tawny Katane, right? Tawny Katane is already, like, taken over
okay,
MTV at this
Rat,
point. Rat?
Poison. She could've been on any of those, and that would've been disseminated much better than I mean, a magazine yes, magazines were pretty big at the time, I suppose, but and also in a fashion magazine,
Yeah.
women read fashion magazines, she should have been in a Playboy or Hustler or something like that. That would've been made more sense.
A hustler is beneath a demon
Lilith?
called Lilith,
Well,
alright?
okay, Playboy, because that's classy,
Yeah, that's
people read
airbrushed,
that for the
whatever,
article.
sure. Yeah.
People read that for the
Could you
article.
imagine a all-powerful ancient evil demon wanting to be an hustler? Can you imagine that?
Uh, what were some of the other ones? Some of the worst ones. There's,
The
I was Hustler
gallery?
was yeah, there's some other I can't remember the names of them, but there were
Hey,
some, like,
don't ask questions why I know that, alright?
well, there's some that
Don't
are
even
even wor
ask.
like, pretty bad.
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah, I just think, like well, here's the thing, though, I guess you're right. I guess, she doesn't really discriminate in who she seduces in this movie, so I guess that
No,
would sorta make sense. Maybe she's trying to make the women more, uh 'cause she almost seems like she gives her
domineering?
power well, it seems like she almost gives some of her power to the women occasionally, like, in this movie. I don't know, didn't you kinda got that with the owner of the magazine? Like, she kinda got a little bit of, like,
Right.
of the anyways.
I mean, the thing is, like, she seduces men, she just seduces women also.
Mhm,
And that's also, like, a big no-no, I guess, at the time because, I mean,
mhm.
um,
Did you
that's
think
like that's someone who's just, like, sexually fluid. That's pansexual
do you
as
think
we're the
what
term we're knowing today.
yeah. Do you think that scene where be honest, man, did you think in that scene where she was, like, seducing Rita that they were gonna, like, 69?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
the
I
way
did.
she was, like, down by her legs and then I
Yes,
was
I
like,
did, yeah.
"Oh, what is going on here?" By the way, this movie, I think we talked about it when we were watching it, could have easily been Cinemax
Cinemax
After Dark,
erotica.
big time. They just need a little bit
Yeah.
more softcore sex, like,
There
simulated
was
sex
some in
scenes.
there. There
There
was
was, but
some.
they need a little bit more, and it could have pushed it to that. I think they would have done well for this movie because they would have got a lot of, which I don't know, maybe it did get a lot of play, on like on Cinemax or HBO or like, I don't know, in the '90s. I've never seen this before, but it
Look,
definitely could
I'm gonna
have.
tell you right now, at the time and you're telling me this movie would have come out, like,
Uh-huh.
I was watching HBO and Cinemax at the time, so, like,
You would have noticed it.
I never noticed this movie
Mm,
at all, and trust me, I noticed some movies,
hmm
but this one never
It needed more
came onto my radar.
saxophone. It needed more saxophone, and it could have easily been pushed into that realm.
And, let's not forget to mention that the guy that is Johnny Cage,
Oh yeah,
actually is the main character in this movie,
Johnny
and,
Cage.
could I tell you that I did not know this motherfucker's name at all, even when he was in, Mortal Kombat. His
Yeah,
name is Lyndon Ashby. What the fuck? Like, I
Lyndon
never
Ashby.
like, I can guarantee you not one
Uh,
person, maybe, like,
ye
a really hardcore Mortal Kombat film fan would have known this. I never knew this guy's name
I
until
thought you were gonna
today.
tell me his name's, Johnny Cage in the movie, but in real life, his name is Robert Freed. Never mind. Oh, cage free, you get it. Yeah, and we crazy surprise, the goofy ass sidekick in this movie apparently is a pretty prolific actor,
Yeah, that was a
creature
shock.
actor.
A shocker, yeah.
I don't know what the guy's name
I
is,
think it's
but
Doug Jones, I think is his
yeah,
name.
he played the
He plays
goofiest, silliest ass guy in this movie. Turns out he was in Emmy nominated movie. What is it? The Shape of
Shape of
Water.
Water.
He was
He
the
was he
creature
was a
in
creature.
water. I'm like, what the fuck? This guy?
He's been apparently quite a few Guillermo del Toro movies
Yeah,
playing like the main monster thing.
yeah.
And
He was pretty prolific. I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of movies under his belt. Not nothing really. I mean, he's never been like a main character. I mean, although arguably, I guess Shape of Water is sort of like a main person, but yeah, I was like, whoa. But I guess
yeah, that
everyone's
was a
got to start
shocker.
somewhere. Everyone's got to start somewhere, I
Right, for
guess.
sure,
So.
yeah. And I mean, surprisingly, like I had mentioned to you, the other one of the other characters, Helen Martin,
Mm,
the old black Christian woman.
yeah,
Um, I remember her from the show 227,
I
right?
never seen that. I never seen
Um,
that.
I used to watch a lot of sitcoms when I was younger, and this was one of the funnier ones because it was a spinoff of the Jeffersons, I believe, because the maid of the Jeffersons had her own show, which was 227.
Oh, you know what's so
And
funny
then
is I heard somebody talking about this. I've never seen it, but that okay, yeah. Like, I knew there's a
so
spinoff of the Jefferson. Yeah.
the maid of the Jeffersons was the show, like, turned into the show 227, and it had
Mm,
that main breakout character, Jack Hay, who
yeah.
ended up becoming one of the moms in Sister Sister.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
ask me how I know this fucking lineage of shit. I just do.
Like the
But
character became the mom and
no,
sister
no, no, no.
sister?
Like the
Oh,
lady Jack Hay,
uh,
that's the name of the person. She became the
oh,
mom in one.
oh,
She became the mom in Sister Sister.
mhm,
Tia and Tamara,
yeah.
whatever their last
Sister,
names
sister.
are. Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah.
But like the old black woman Helen Martin, she kind of comes out. She's just kind of in the background for a long time. She drives a cab, and
Mm. Oh, yeah, yeah.
it's just she's like kind of she said she's been following Lilith for a long time, and she knows how to destroy her and all this other kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Kinda
I
reminds
just
me of the homeless guy in, Destroy All Neighbors. Like, you think he doesn't have, like, a
yeah,
big purpose in the movie, and he ends up being yeah, because
yeah,
you
she's
just seem like
actually
you
the
think
one
she's just
that
some crazy woman, and then
yeah, she's the one that has the dagger that can kill
mhm.
Lilith, and it just so happens to be like one of those snaky looking daggers.
The ones you get
And
at any Renaissance festival, yeah. Yeah.
surprise, surprise, the way to kill her is through the heart,
Mm.
which could kill any human being anyways.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else.
Like
What's
what?
her weakness?
Well, what's her weakness?
You know what her weakness is?
Dick?
What's apparently the opposite of lust?
Oh, love. Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
the power of love.
Yeah, like the thing that apparently Johnny Cage and this
Yeah.
woman that he just met and apparently performs back rubs on
Mhm.
are the epitome of true love,
Yeah, there's
which
no
is the only
lust
thing
in
that can
come on,
destroy.
guys. There's no lust in
It's the
that,
only
dude.
thing that can destroy
That was all love,
Lilith.
man. When he
Yeah, well,
smacked her
that
ass
was
when he was giving her the back rub, that's all love, dude.
yeah, and that scene where they were actually banging and they showed we saw her breasts and his
Mm,
butt.
mm.
That was love.
That was love.
That
It's
was
the
like that was
power
the
of
epitome of
love.
love in a
Mhm.
physical form.
A lot of Johnny
Um,
Cage ass, man. A lot of Johnny Cage ass in this movie.
yeah. Um, I will say that like overall, this movie like it was surprisingly enjoyable. You can watch it on YouTube,
Yeah,
by the way. You can check it out on YouTube.
yeah, that's
Um,
where I can't find it. I didn't street streaming anywhere. Not on
Yeah,
Tubi.
surprisingly, I'm
Yeah.
still shocked by this, like, all full nudity on YouTube. What? When
You
did
can
this happen?
find, dude. You can. I don't
I
know
know
how
there's
they get
movies
away
like
with
that,
it.
yeah.
On
I know
movies
there's
on
movies
there,
like that,
but
yeah.
yeah. I would say definitely take a gander at it. I don't know how long it'll be up, or how long it has been up on YouTube, or how long they'll keep it up on YouTube. I don't think anyone's claiming copyrights in this movie, but
Yeah, it's
definitely
probably free for all right now.
it definitely has that 90s aesthetic. There's other movies like I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken, but don't you feel like it kind of had almost like a like this could have been like a Wishmaster movie. Like, you know what? I don't know how to explain it. There's
Yeah.
this movies
Mhm.
made in the 90s. It's almost not like, I don't want to say made for TV movie, but this uh was very much shot, like I was saying, like a Cinemax After Dark, like a
Mhm.
Zalman
Yeah.
King's Red Shoe Diary thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. The lighting and like I don't know, but
That
yeah,
is
go check
until
it out.
that scene that reminded
Oh
us of
man,
Society.
damn dude.
That was like body horror to the nth
That
degree
was
with that.
great, man. They saved it
I
to
go
the
they,
like close to the end.
yeah.
They yeah, because that's where they blew all the budget on. Although I will say the effects, the gore in this movie, very interesting. A lot of
Yeah.
knee injuries in this movie, guys. Fuck ton of knee injuries in this movie. I don't know what the hell's going on. A lot of torn
You know
ACLs and
that first kill, impaled by a
spring,
spring,
the elevator spring. Yeah,
an
I've never
elevator
seen that
spring.
before. That
What?
was, I think it did the thing too. He went on and it was still kind of like it did that. Like, but what was interesting was that the guy, oh, it was a bizarre choice, which I actually appreciate, but breaks the window, big window pane comes down, cuts the guy's kneecap off. I've never seen that in a
Yeah.
movie. You know, it could have
Which
cut his
which
whole leg off. They didn't choose to do that. Just the fucking kneecap, which is
but I
crazy.
had mentioned to you, Bryce, I was like, how much is his kneecap protruding that it was able to just slice off that part of his knee, you know?
Well,
Like,
when it broke, when it broke, I guess he could move his leg in a little bit, and that, you know, it's like as it broke, his knee maybe like gave, because he was like, oh, I mean, that's another thing too. I mean, that guy was like
yeah, he was like just
pressed
in
up
that
against the
fucking glass,
glass.
like
Yeah, that was a great scene, man. When,
he
like
was
he's like
he
watching.
was he was so horny.
Yeah, dude. It's like his boner broke the glass, like, and that's why it fell. But they could have done that. The dick could have got cut
Yeah.
off. But no, they did the kneecap, which I was like, you know, it's a little highbrow. That's pretty good, you know.
Yeah, and on top of that, he was walking around with a cast on his whole fucking leg through the whole movie until the girl decided to impale him with a fucking pipe.
Stabbed in the,
His
yeah,
fucking
with a
kneecap
tire
again.
wrench, the tire wrench, the
Was
tire
yeah, the
iron,
tire wrench,
yeah,
yeah, tire iron, yeah, right through his
yeah.
fucking kneecap again.
And then Johnny Cage hits his knee on
Yeah,
the fucking
yeah,
Corvette.
the car, yeah.
So,
But yeah, what is the significance of the knee injury though? That's what I'm curious about.
is there a story of like Lilith and Adam and the knee or something? Like, I don't know. Maybe she was made out of the knee. Nah, dude, yeah, that scene was so great
Maybe
though,
she
and
weakened his knees,
maybe.
you know, and
Mm.
he was on his knees a lot,
Well, maybe that's why
giving her
she.
the tongue action or something, you know.
Well, maybe yes, or maybe you're saying that she was defiant of Adam. So maybe, as we all know, as we all get older, the knees rebel quite a bit. You
Mhm.
know, and
Yeah,
give
I'm
us the most
experiencing that
pain.
right now, right at this
Um,
moment.
yeah, that scene was so great though, and he's like there watching the other guy like try to get with Lilith, and he's just like, no, no. That was so. Oh, and that was another thing we want to talk about, man. We're talking about like geographical location and
Yeah,
Madam Web. This fucking movie defies spatial like reasoning, dude. Like, I don't know. They cuts from them at the club. She's taking that guy home. It looks like they show a tower, like a high rise building, but it looks like
yeah,
it looks like the lobby of a
a
hotel.
hotel, yeah. I
So it'd
even
be
said that too.
ground floor.
I was like, "Are they in the
With
fucking lobby of a
it,
hotel right
well, I
now?"
didn't think about it. I was like, well, maybe it's just a nice, like, weird. I don't know. And then yeah, and then the
The guy
guy
shows
that
up.
he just comes right up to the door, glass door, like
Yeah.
what would look like the front entrance to a building. Yeah, but yet she calls him into the fucking elevator shaft, and he falls like
Yeah,
three stories down.
yeah.
Unless this thing has like 3 stories of basement or something. I don't know. It was just fucking weird. I was getting confused. And there was like other scenes too where I was like getting dizzied by like, what in the hell is going on with this scene, man? It's like all over the place.
Yeah.
But I was just
It's just a weird movie, dude.
it was great though. I loved it.
No, yeah, it's right up my alley as far as
Oh
like a
yeah.
horror movies is concerned. In fact, it brought in another horror movie that we're fond of, and that's Pumpkinhead, because apparently Lilith
It looks like
shares resemblance to Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead with wings, man. At the end, like that was
Yeah,
another
she
thing
just
too.
like
You could tell, like they're like, okay, we're really gonna show off the effects here, man. Like I
yeah,
want her to just really with the wings, like when she's like,
yeah.
but
Oh man. And it had I just wanted to bring up the fact that the lady who has been in a lot of a lot of horror movies, who's the sister of the character that Johnny Cage is in love
Mm,
with.
yeah.
She was in Trilogy of Terror, in the very
Yep.
classic ending scene where she's like banging the knife on the ground, and she has that that scene always creeps me out to this day, because it just looks strange, you know. And she has like those big fucking teeth, and she's just like,
Hmm.
"Grr,"
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. And then she was also the mother in Rob Zombie's movies, like I think it was like House of a Thousand Corpses. She's like
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
the
yeah.
trash mom, you
She's been
know.
on a couple of. Yeah, she's in Devil's Rejects too.
Was she?
That's what it said. I mean, I don't know. Of
Oh,
course,
okay.
according to IMDb, she's in Devil's
Oh,
Rejects.
yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. I don't remember too much of those movies. I have seen them a few times. But Rob Zombie after like Devil's Rejects, I followed Lords of Salem, and I hated the Halloween movies that he made. And when he did 31, I thought that was the most boring piece of shit movie
I
I'd
never
ever
saw that
seen.
one. I saw Lords of Salem.
Don't
I need to rewatch it,
don't
but
don't bother watching 31. Like I tried watching it and I was like so bored through that whole movie. I had to like I tried to finish it, but I left it like 3/4 of the way, and I was like, I can't finish this stupid movie.
mm,
Um, he's lost his way. I'll tell you what.
yeah,
But yeah, this was an enjoyable movie. Surprisingly,
yeah,
but I kind of felt like I was gonna love it already because of that one scene that just again comes out of nowhere.
yeah. I like how they when he falls down the stairs and the skulls are like making you can tell they like plastic skulls. So they're like, it's like oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
man, yeah, that scene was great. I
describe
mean,
the scene like there's a guy with his eyes
yeah,
like
that was
bubbles
pretty
coming
cool.
out.
Yeah, yeah,
That the lady with the big boobs with the faces underneath, she
yeah, that
raises
was
her
pretty
tits
cool, man. Yeah,
and she's just like
yeah, she's like moving them around, and then it's like there's like
faces
faces
underneath
underneath.
it.
I don't know. It's like
Um,
um.
it reminded me like of that memorable scene in Society whenever he
Mhm.
says, what does he say? Like, I
What's a
guess I
real
am a
butter?
butthead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking assholes just
Yeah,
like
when you sent it to me, that clip for Night Angel, I thought it was at
yeah, I thought
first,
it was too. Like
and
I was
then,
like, did I remember
uh
this scene from Society?
yeah, I was like,
And
"I
I
remember
read
seeing
the
the."
caption, you know,
Yeah, and there's, like, a girl holding a decapitated head, and she's, like,
like
tonguing the spinal column. I don't know, man. It's just then it's like, the scene where he comes back, to the office, and they're all I guess Lilith is taking over, and everyone's just, like, screwing, and they have, like, the gratuitous slow-mo, dude.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
he's, like, running, and he
yeah.
runs past the people that are, like,
They're
banging, like,
banging and they're just like, roll, roll.
man, I don't know, dude. That's great.
Oh
It's a
man,
great movie. I
I had
love
a
it.
good time watching this movie. I'll
Yeah,
tell you, like I would love to own this movie
yeah.
if it's
I
even
don't know if you
available
can
on a
even
DVD.
find
Like,
it like, physical, but,
um, I mean, the only thing I can tell you that I can probably do is rip it off of
yeah.
YouTube, you know. But
Um,
yeah, I would imagine that this is if it's on YouTube and there's no like copyright attachment to it or like it hasn't been taken down. I would imagine it's like maybe it wouldn't be like public domain or I don't know if anyone owns the rights to this or what. Like,
I don't know, but, it makes me wonder if I didn't know about this movie, could there be other movies out there that I've never
I'm
seen?
sure there's plenty of other movies
Yeah.
that we don't know about.
Yeah, man, I mean, I
We need to
wanna
find them.
yeah, I wanna see some more
We need
90s horror.
we need the help of other podcasters out there. All right. Any other podcasters and movie specifically niche of the movie reviewer or the movie discussion podcasters out there to like kind of throw movies our way because if we don't want to be left out of like something like as as I'm gonna use a heavy quotes on this good as
Yeah,
this
use
movie
that term
was
loosely.
as good as this movie was to us. I don't know if there are any others out there,
Yeah,
and I would
I
like
feel
to
like the
know.
'90s, especially that era of the '90s, a very excuse me,
Bless you.
overlooked. Thank you. Overlooked for me, anyways. I know there's another movie I want to check out. It's called Playground. I think it's something like that.
Has nothing to do with
Not the
the
book. No, no,
Aaron
no, no,
Bogart
no,
movie,
no.
right?
No.
How do you spell the
I
guy? How
think
do you say the guy's last name? Aaron, was it
Beauregard.
Beauregard?
I think it's Beauregard. Yeah.
We did both read that already, and like,
Mhm.
as the TikTok sensation of extreme horror is concerned,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I like the. I mean, I don't know. For me, like, I'm sure for you as well, Ray. But I'd say probably the grossest part or whatever, the most shocking part is at the very beginning of the book with the
Yeah,
old
if you get
lady
past
when she.
that, everything else is gravy. You know,
Yeah.
like,
I would even say, man,
um,
I'll tell you at the end, I got a little emotional actually.
yeah, you did. You said you
Yeah,
did. Yeah,
like the main somebody like the guy who ends up being the hero of the book. I was like, man, I felt kind of bad for this guy. Anyways,
yeah.
yeah,
It surprisingly a book like that can make you feel something surprisingly, but
he's
may speak to the
he's a pretty good
author's
writer, man. I mean,
speak
not
to
just,
the
aside from
author's
the shocking
talent. You
stuff,
know,
like yeah,
yeah.
he's pretty good.
Because I mean, it seems like he goes like fucking hard on the
Hmm.
fucking grotesque, and then kind of brings it down to like some
Hmm.
kind of a relatable human emotion. You know,
Yeah, mm,
surprisingly,
yeah,
it's just not like spectacle. The book, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, so anything else you want to mention about Night Angel and Bryce? I mean,
Good lord, sorry.
it's tearing you apart.
That is, man. No, no. I mean, just check it out. I think we've kind of said everything we can about it. It was very enjoyable. I just it was a shocker for me. I'd never heard of it, so it was a
Yeah.
pleasant surprise. I mean, it suffers from like what can you say? It's like pretty much any low budget movie. It's gonna have its flaws. I mean, you're not watching this for I don't know, like what, like the premise or story. I mean, the story's cool, I guess, in some way, but
Cinematography, the acting, the
yeah.
storyline.
Oh yeah, you're not watching it for the
This is
acting,
like
man. It's just
heavy. This is heavy B movie
oh yeah.
stuff, and that's like right up our alley. You know, I mean, like it's not
Which
everyone's
yeah,
cup
at
of
this point
tea.
doesn't even need to be said. Like
Yeah.
this is the reason we watch these movies. But yeah,
I mean,
I'll
we're
just check it
fans
out.
of like and if if anyone's been following CineQuest video from the very beginning, we like not the best movie, they're not best rated movies, you know, but movies that we enjoy.
Mm,
Be it the first episodes that we talked about were movies about breakdancing, Breaking One
mhm.
and Two, and then Breaking Two, which is Electric Boogaloo, and then Ninja Three Domination, which is one of my favorite, the three of my favorite movies of all time. But I mean, I wouldn't say they are of the caliber of high film art, you
Yeah.
know, universally speaking. I mean, they are for me, but as far as like people who would consider film an art form, it's just shit. It's I want to say shit, but I
Well, I
mean,
mean, they're these for me
it's
with
beneath like someone who would be considered an artistic type of endeavor, you know.
yeah. I
But again,
mean,
it is subjective, so there's that.
well, yeah. Don't go talking about comparing this to what we said about Madam Web. This is subjective, right? Uh,
Madam Web is objectively bad.
yeah, that is objective.
This is
That could be put to the scientific method of how bad that movie is. You know what I mean?
there's gonna be studies brought
Yeah,
up on Madam
the
Web and
psychological
how
effect of people who went and saw this movie. I'm just like, Ray, I don't know. I can't sleep at night. I keep thinking about Dakota
can't think about
Johnson's
Madam Web.
acting. No. Um. Yeah. I
No,
mean, it's
I'm
just
trying to
like,
think of Dakota Johnson's career and what
yeah.
this entails for her future.
Yeah, no, man. I don't know. What do you have to say about it, Ray?
I
What
liked
do
it
you
a
think about
lot,
this movie?
man.
Yeah.
When you put it on, I know you were like looking for it. We were just kind of like hanging out in your apartment because I took my dogs to the vet and just so happened to be in the area. And we were just kind of sitting around finding something to watch on YouTube. And then I had mentioned, hey, like, I wonder if we can find that movie. I had to go up and look what the name of it was because I didn't remember.
Yeah,
And
I didn't either.
it was Night Angel. And then you were going through like searching through the Roku and finding like no, it's
Nope.
nowhere to be found. And then I was like kind of like forgot that you're even looking for the movie. And then you were like, "Oh, I found it on YouTube," and I was just like, "Of course, that would be the
Yeah,
place
when I did a
to
search
find this
for it,
fucking movie."
when I did a search for it on Google, like on my phone, it came up and there was like a clip for it, like a trailer, and then I saw, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, but this is like an hour or something long." So I was like, "Oh no, this is the actual full movie," and they have the original VHS trailer there too on YouTube, which I thought was kind
Yeah,
of cool. That narrator at the beginning of the movie, he sounded really familiar. Like I've heard him do. I can't remember what movies he's narrated, but he's a pretty like big like guy that with the voice. You know what I mean? And it's not the
right.
movie guy, the movie trailer guy, but that voice is very like I can't. I'll have to see who does the narration, but yeah, man. I don't know.
Yeah, enjoyable movie.
Mhm.
If you like body horror and if you like kind of like tasteless B movie uh type of, or even like Cinemax erotica type of late night
Yeah,
Cinemax movies, this is
that's
like
what this
for
reminded me of,
you.
man.
It
Yeah,
it, it really does fit that genre and just the look of it too. And if you're a fan of Johnny Cage, or at least the guy who plays Johnny Cage,
yeah, yeah. Sorry,
check
guys.
this movie out.
Raiden doesn't come out.
The rating doesn't come out. Neither does Sonya Blade.
Yeah.
Neither
Oh
does
man,
anyone who plays. Neither
that was the
neither
scene
does
when
Liu Kang. Like none
yeah,
of them come out.
man.
Um,
Remember, can you
but
imagine
yeah,
Johnny
like
Cage and Sonya Blade like in that scene, but like in Mortal Kombat?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and look, let's be real here. Every one of us as young dudes wanted
Yeah.
to see that fucking scene.
Oh yeah, man.
Everyone was in love with Sonya Blade,
Did they
no
ever
matter
make like a
what.
Mortal Kombat porn parody?
Probably. Um, the
It'd be
one
funny,
thing that we
dude.
used to do
But
back,
when they're about to like bang, it could be like Mortal Kombat.
combat.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The one thing we used to do that we haven't done in a long time in CineQuest video reviews, or even when just talking discussion about a movie, is the segment we used to have was called "Does It Porn Parody?" And when we did Mortal Kombat, we didn't do that either because we discussed Mortal Kombat, and that discussion was so fucking long. We had to break it up into 2 episodes.
Oh, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, because we did Mortal Kombat Annihilation,
Uh,
and like that, I think it was like running like close
are
to
you
3.5
sure we
hours.
didn't do? I feel like we could have. We didn't do that. The porn parody on that one.
We didn't know.
Cause
We
see,
stopped.
I'm
We
gonna tell you
stopped
right
after a while
now.
because like here's the thing is that there's a lot of segments that we did that we
Uh,
kept up like for a few episodes, and then I would forget that we even did that, and because I think the last thing we initially did was Teenage Mutant 10-inch turtles or something like that.
10-inch
10-inch
mutant.
Mutant Ninja Turtles is what it was called.
Yeah.
And that is exclusively on Patreon. If you want to check that out, you have to give some money for that. You can listen to the audio, the unedited audio of 10-inch Mutant Ninja Turtles review that has quite a few of us on there. It has myself, it has Roland, it has
Daniel.
Adanya, and it has Daniel. Were you on there as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like 5 of us on there talking about this porn parody, which so we found somewhere and we watched it and it's just terrible, but we were
See,
talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles whenever we were gonna discuss that. So
I already have it in my head what a great scene would be for the Mortal Kombat porn parody, man, is like you could have I think you already know what's going, man. You have Johnny Cage, he does a split and then he fists the chick like that.
and instead of
Anyway,
her like dying, she just fucking like
yeah.
"Eh."
Yeah, he's just like anyway. Yeah, man.
Anywho,
Hey, check out Night
um,
Angel.
check out Night Angel. It's on YouTube. I will leave a link to it in the description below, and that way you can enjoy all the nonsense like we did. Please, if you did like this review or this discussion, please rate and review us on any of the podcast episodes that you are listening on, and if you are on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I'm gonna go radio voice on this as best as I can. If you'd like to support us in any way, if it includes monetarily, you can go to www.patreon.com/MoQuest Studios, or you can buy a T-shirt at or some kind of merch, sticker, whatever at Teespring. All the links are down below. Or you can just share this. That'll help us a lot too. But if you're tight for cash like the rest of us are, just like, subscribe, share it. Doesn't take but like less than 10 seconds to do so. And we would really appreciate it. And if you want us to discuss any more movies that are like trash, or you have any suggestions for us movies to watch that we have not seen, especially like in this vein, in this genre, tell us down below in the comments.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.
And back to you with the weather, Johnny.
We'll see you next time. Bye.